Section number 31 is entitled Variation Problems. You need to know some vocabulary. If I tell you something, some kind of an expression varies directly with something else, this means whatever it says here is equal to k times. This means equals k times. Equals k times this. Varies directly with means equals k times. It doesn't mean exactly that, but you can get away with thinking it means that. You can definitely get away with thinking it means that. For example, if I tell you that x cubed varies directly with y squared. What does this mean? It means this, x cubed, is equal to k times y squared. There it is. That's what x cubed varies directly with x squared means. It means x cubed equals ky squared. If I were to tell you that z varies directly with this, the square root of xy squared, well, that means z is equal to k times that. Done. Varies directly with, you can think of it meaning equals k times. What does it really mean? It means they're proportional. Triangle is proportional to the square. One is a multiple of the other. New definition. If I tell you something varies inversely with something else, what does that mean? Well, varies inversely with means equals to k over. So triangle equals k over square. With real expressions, x to the fifth varies inversely with y cubed. What does this mean? It means this is equal to k over that. Just copy down the this and the that. Sometimes you multiply by k and sometimes you divide. Okay, now we're in a position to do some real problems with this. Now that we looked at the definition, we can do problems. Suppose you're told x varies directly with y, and when x is 6, it turns out y is 2. And they ask you to find x when y is equal to 10. Generally, there are 3 pieces of information they give you. The first piece, let's even number them. X varies directly with y, and 2 will be when x is 6, y is 2. When x is 6, it turns out y is 2. When y is 2, x is 6. The third thing is this. They're asking you to find x. Find x when y is 10? Okay. Well, the first thing is x. This means equals k times. X is equal to k times y. Okay. Now we can find k, because they tell us when x is 6, y is 2. There are 3 unknowns. If they give us 2 of them, 2 of the unknowns, we can find the third one, namely k. When x is 6, k is k, so y is 2. Remember, this means k times 2. K is some number. Some number times 2 is 6. I'm hoping that you know that it's 3. I know you know 3 times 2 is 6, but you have to start realizing that's what it's asking. What number times 2 equals 6? 3. So k is 3. I plug it in to this equation up there, and I get x is 3 times y. Instead of k, I plug in 3. So now we know x is 3y. And we've used the first 2 pieces of information. Now we use the third. Find x when y is 10. So x is equal to 3 times y. But I know what y is. It's 10. And y is not always 10. Y can be 5. Y can be anything. But when y is 10, x is 30. Is y always 10 and x equals 30? No, absolutely not. X equals 3y. X is equal to 3y is a line. It's a line that crosses the origin and has a slope of 1/3. That is, here we have an x or a y. Say y is 2. Well, then x is 3 times it. X is 3 times y. Here, maybe y is 3, x is 3 times it. Maybe y is -1, x is 3 times it. There's many x's and y's, so you can't just solve for x. X is 30. No. When y is 10, x is 30. If on an exam, I give, if I'm convinced that you mean that x is always 30, I wouldn't give you full credit, because that's gibberish. X is not always 30. Okay, let's try another one. X varies directly with y squared. That's the first statement. The second statement, they're going to give you some points. For example, when y is 3, it turns out that x is 18. And that second line will help you find out what k is. The third one is a question. They want you very much to find x when y is equal to 10. This means equals k times. That x is equal to k times y squared. When y is 3, x is 18. So x is 18 and y is 3. But 3 squared is 9. K, some number times 9. 18 is equal to what number times 9? 2. 2 times 9 is 18, so k is 2. And you update it in this equation up here. You plug in 2 for k. So x is equal to 2y squared. Now they want us to find x, statement 3, when x is 10. So x is equal to 2 times 10 squared. 2 is 2 times 10 squared is 100. 2 times 10 squared, 200. Problem's done. Problem is done. Let's go on to the next one. The x varies inversely with the square root of y. And then it goes on to say, so that's statement number 2, goes on to say, when y is equal to 9, x is 28. And it goes on and asks you to find x when y is 25. So this means k over. So x is equal to k over the square root of y. X is equal to k over the square root of y. And when y is 9, x is 28. So 28 is equal to k over the square root of 9, which is k over 3. That is the square root of 29 is 3. 3 times 28, that gives you k. So k over 3 is 28. This product equals k. You need to know that like you know your name. K is 84. So I update that equation. X is equal to k is 84 over the square root of y. Statement 3 asks me to find y when, to find x when y is 25. So it's 84 over the square root of 25. But I know the square root of 25. It's 5. And there's the answer. Okay, let's try a few more. So first they tell you that this varies directly with or varies indirectly with something else. And then they tell you a point, and then they ask you to find one of the variables. For example, what if I tell you A varies inversely with the sum of B and C? And then they go on to tell you when B equals 4 and C is 5, that A is 2. Then you're being asked to find A when B is 41 and C is 15. Now, if I ask you to find the sum, when I ask you, it's going to be in this format, in this form. Find the sum of this and that. Find the sum of 2 and 3. So it's this plus that. Find the sum of this and that. So it'll be this plus that. Find the sum of this and that. That's B plus C. So the sum of B and C is B plus C. So reading from left to right, it says A varies inversely with, that means this, B plus C. That goes in the bottom. Okay, so that's the result of the first statement. Second statement tells me when B is 4 and C is 5, A is 2. So 2 is equal to K over 4 plus 5, which is 9. 9 times 2, 18, equals K. K is 18. Going back to the equation that has K in it, A, and updating it with K. A equals K over B plus C. Now they ask you to find A given B and C. Say A is equal to 18 over B plus C, which happens to be 18 over 56. 2 goes into 18 9 times, and 2 goes into 56 28 times. And that's what A is. A is 9 over 28. So let's try another one. Don't panic when you see words. You need to know that when it says the sum of, it's going to be this and that. For the difference, it's going to be the difference of this and that. What comes in between the of and the and is this. What comes after the and is that. And how do you write it in words? This minus that. Sometimes you may need brackets, especially around the that. Okay, so what if I tell you A varies directly with the difference of twice B and C? And the second statement is A is 7 when B is 4 and C is 7. The next statement is find A. Find A when B is 2 and C is 4. The first statement, A varies directly with means equals K times the difference of this and that. Twice B, don't panic. It's 2B. The difference of this and that is this minus that. So, from the first statement, we get that A is equal to K times this minus that. And the second statement says A is equal to 7 when B is 4, so 2 times 4 minus 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. So 7 is equal to K times 1, or just K. So now we know K. So update this equation here. A is 7 times 2B minus C. Now they're asking you to find A. Statement 3, find A when B is 2 and C is 4. So A is equal to 7 times 2 times B, but B is 2. Take away 4. But what's in the brackets is 0. 4 take away 4 is 0, and 7 times 0 is 0. So the answer is A is equal to 0. Okay, let's try one more. It'll be a simpler one. So they can get wordy. They can talk about the sum of this and that, the difference of this and that, the product of this and that. Suppose you're told that A varies directly with Y, and when A is equal to 4, Y is 7. And they ask you to find Y when A is number 11. A, this means equals K times. A equals K times Y. Okay, A is equal to KY. And when A is 4, Y is 7. Now, you need to know this pattern. 3 times 8 is, say, 24. 8, I take 24, and I divide it by one of the two numbers I'm multiplying, say 8. 24 divided by 8 gives you 3. Or, you could divide the 24 by 3, and you'll get 8. 7 divided by 4, 4 divided by 7 gives you k. Let's lose that one. You take the answer to the product and you divide it, say, by 7, you get k. 4 over 7 is k. So now we know what k is. I plug it in right there, and I'm going to do that on the bottom left. A is equal to k times y, which is just 4y over 7. They want us to find y when a is 11. So 11, a is 11, equals 4y over 7. You can do this in one step, I understand that, but I like to do these in 2 steps. 7 times 11, namely 77, is equal to the numerator, 4y. We have a product, 4 times y, we have the answer. The answer divided by 4 gives you y. And there's the answer. That's what y equals when a is 11. Find y when a is 11. Minus some silly arithmetic error, there's the answer. And that actually finishes the section on variation problems. Know the 2 definitions. Varies directly with and varies inversely with. Don't know the definitions, you will not get the problems right. Good luck.